Alright, now we are going to learn how to record our lessons utilizing eInstruction Workspace. Either on your desktop, you will see Workspace icon, such as this one, or you can navigate to All Programs, and you should be able to find something that says eInstruction Workspace. Go ahead and open that up. You'll also notice that you'll have this little E bar down here. It's eInstruction Tools. If you click on that, you can also go to Workspace from there. Alright, now once Workspace is open, we need to check to see if we have a recording device. If you do not see a video camera on your toolbar, I need you to go up to the Workspace menu, click and go to Preferences. When you open up Preferences, you're going to come up here and click on Customize Toolbar. Now I know there's a lot of tools in here and they're fabulous tools, and I strongly encourage you to talk to your ETS to get some training on how to use all these tools for your Mobi. But for all purposes today, I just need you to grab this record and playback button on available tools and drag and drop it into your main toolbar. So now this will appear. Once you hit OK, it's going to ask you if you want to save this current scheme. You can go ahead and give it a name. I'm just going to call mine Recorder. Now, when I go back, I should see that I have my video camera recorder. When you decide to start your lesson, think of it this way. You are about to do your lesson or create your lesson for the next day. You're sitting at your desk. Go ahead and record it. That way you have something. You can also post it later in case any students are absent. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the record button. Your recorder icon is going to come up. You're going to have the option to hit the record button. The minute you hit the record button in Mobi, you are recording. And you will see that because right now when I hit it, it's going to ask me if I want partial screen or full screen. Most of the time you're going to use full screen. But when I do this, it's going to then throw me into, you see this little counter going off down here. I am now recording live. So, if you are recording for your students, you say, okay students, today we're going to take a look at flipping lessons and just do a little bit of a review using our slides. Now what I want you to first remember is when you are creating a flipped lesson, you need to make it a personalized learning experience. Your students know how you teach. They will respond better to you. The more personal you make it, the more comfortable it will feel for them. Also, you can see while I'm doing this lesson and recording it, I have the option of using the tools that also are available on my computer. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my tool, my pen tool, and I'm going to make sure that I note, students, I need you to make sure that you keep things to the point and on the objective. Today's objective of this class is that you learn how to utilize the tools you have to record a flipped lesson. The next key feature is that you must have audio. Audio is the key to success. I say this for two reasons. As a teacher, you know, you've probably heard yourself say it repeatedly. Did you listen to me? Did you hear what I said? You could record your entire flipped lesson just being audio. As long as the students are able to hear you and associate the lesson to your class. Even if you use an option that we talk about in some of the other items as far as some pre-made videos, just make sure that you put a little introductory audio recording in there just to personalize it. And of course, have fun. This should be something fun and relatively easy, not something that's an extra task. And by the way, you can go down here and hide this bar so you don't have to see that the whole time you're recording. So now I'm going to go back. I'm going to set up. The next thing I want to make sure you understand is you have student requirements. Set up a plan with your students. They usually know there's a routine to your class. If you're going to start flipping lessons, mind you, not every day, but when you do, give them a time frame to watch the lesson, to review the lesson, and do something like we had talked about with the watch, summarize, and question. Have them accountable for watching the lesson. Use the online stopwatch when they come in to do little small round table discussions on what they should have watched at home before they start working on some work in class. Check for their understanding and have an alternative if they didn't watch. Meaning if they have their own device they can watch it on, have a station set up, send them to the library. or have them have an alternative thing that they have to fill out based on the discussion with the small groups. You could do that as well. Now, the next thing I want you to think about is when you're flipping a lesson, this is consistently going on. It's just like you teaching a lesson. So if I was in the same mind frame, which I'm not, I'm going to switch gears on you, I could throw up a PDF and say, okay, students, we've just talked about how you flip your lesson. Now I'm actually going to go in and do an example with you that you will probably be working on in class tomorrow. Percents and parts of 100. So I'm going to do this one with you. It says divide the square into 2 equal parts and color one of the parts yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and get my tool, and I'm going to draw 2 equal parts, and I'm going to choose to draw 2 equal parts vertically, and then I'm going to color in one of the parts yellow. Now this is just an example, and mind you, I'm sorry, it's not a very good one at that because I don't have math skills, but you can see that you can easily use this with your students to continue your lesson using multiple technologies, multiple files, different file types, PowerPoint, PDFs, Word documents, web pages, etc. Now when you're done, let's say you've completed, you've reiterated some things, and you've asked the students to do specific things or to look at specific things, maybe take notes. Go ahead and come over to your recorder, which I have hidden. I'm going to hit stop. And right now I'm at the 4-minute mark, a little bit over that if you include my pre-talking, but try to keep it at 5 minutes. Go ahead and navigate to your computer and go to a folder. Hopefully you create a flipped lesson folder, and I'm going to call this Mobi Use Cam. And now you have that file, and from there you can use the instructions on how to upload it to your web page, to YouTube channel, numerous different resources that you can now use and post that video audio to.